Assalamu alaikum everybody, and hi, how are you? This evening we're going to be making lentil soup with rice and eggplant with yogurt. I will tell you everything step by step. This is the lentil that I'm making. It's called masoor lentil. This is 1 cup of lentil which I've washed. I'm not soaking it, I just washed it. In this lentil, I will show you step by step. I will be putting in 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, and 1 tablespoon of salt. So let's go. I'll show you how to start. I put the lentil in here, 1 cup of lentil with 3 cups of water in here, because the lentil has to be really very nicely and nice and soft. In this lentil, I'll add your ginger garlic, your salt, and both of the spices that I told you. 1 tablespoon of red chili and turmeric powder. You mix it like this, and we're gonna leave it to boil. Once it starts boiling, we're gonna lower the heat and let it cook for at least half an hour. Once it boils, we're gonna cover it. Also, we're gonna have the whole recipe. We're gonna have a recipe card in the bottom, and you get to see and you'll know exactly how I did it and what I put it in. There's gonna be measurements. Now, what I'm cooking right now, it's for 6 people. If you want to do it for 5 people or 4 people, you just have to do 3/4 of a cup of lentil. Okay, just take this is about 1.5 pounds of eggplant. Take an eggplant. I'm gonna put some marks in there with a fork. Just prick it with a fork like this. You can make it any way. I'm gonna put it in the microwave, but you can put it in the oven, or if you have a gas stove, you can put it in the gas stove. You can put it in gas stove, and like just to make it soft, and we can take off the skin, because not everybody likes an eggplant. So there's my eggplant. I pricked it like this. Put it in the microwave and just let it cook for 15 minutes, and that will become very soft, and then I'll show you what we're gonna do. Now my eggplant is ready. I put it in the microwave for 15 minutes. Like I said, you can put it in the oven for maybe half an hour, or you can put it on top of your gas stove, and this is how it should look. It's very hot right now. Let it settle, let all the juices settle, and I'll show you how to open it and how to undo the eggplant before we start cooking it. Okay, so now the eggplant has cooled off a bit. I'm gonna cut it in the middle, and we're just gonna take the pulp out, not the skin, but we just need a pulp, because a lot of kids don't like eggplant. Like my children, they never liked eggplant, but this is the only way I could feed them. I don't think they even know that they ate eggplant like this. But here, see, it becomes very easy once you boil it or put it in the microwave or whatever. See how easily the pulp is coming out and the skin is staying. So just take the pulp out. Meantime, while you're doing that, you can come back to the lentil soup and stir occasionally, because you need to make sure that it's cooking fine, which it is. It still needs a little bit of time, so let it cook, and we'll go back to our eggplant. Okay, see, all the pulp has come out. I'm gonna mix it well, and I will show you step by step how to make it, because a lot of people, kids and adults even, they don't like the texture of it, but you'll see it's gonna come out really nice and creamy. So let's start making this. We'll start from step 1. First, you need onions. I have white onions, so I have one large and half, 1.5 onion, which I sliced very thinly, as you can see. I have 2 green chilies. It's up to you if you want to put 2 or 1. It's totally up to you. 1 teaspoon of cumin seed, 1 teaspoon of chili flakes, and 1 tablespoon of salt. Because onion and all this is a large amount, so you need a little bit more salt. If you want to put less, you can put less. Now let's start. Okay, here's a frying pan. Like I have a high-edged frying pan. Let's put all the onions in here, and we're gonna saute the onions. Remember, we're not turning it brown, we're just sauteing it. So let's start sauteing the onions first. Okay. So I told you this is half a cup of oil I took. 1.5 large onion. If you don't have large onions, you have medium size, then 2 medium size onions. I'm gonna put in hari mirchi. I like fried hari mirchi. And I'm also gonna put in cumin seed. And I'm gonna fry it with my onions. I like it. It brings a very earthy flavor in the onion as well. So that's why I like the cumin seeds to go in first and get fried. There you go. Again, half a cup of oil, 1.5 onions, 2 green chilies. If you wanna have less, heat, put 1. If you don't want any, you can also put green pepper, finely chopped like this. Okay, let's cook. Okay, now look at the onions consistency. When you look at the onions, they're not turning red or anything, but they're just soft to the touch. Once they're like this, all you have to do is add your eggplant, the eggplant paste, and I will put in a teaspoon of just garlic, heaping teaspoon of garlic in there, and mix it well. Don't forget, I'm making it in a high heat, and everything is cooked. The eggplant is cooked. All I'm doing is giving different flavors to eggplant, so that, you know, kids or whoever's making it, whoever's eating it, don't say that, oh, I don't want to eat its eggplant. So just go like this. Within a few minutes, just add your salt and your red chili flakes, and mix well. Okay, mix it well. Keep on stirring. If you want to lessen the oil, you think half a cup is too much oil, just put a little bit less. You want to put just 4 tablespoons or 3 tablespoons, put 2-3 tablespoons of oil. It's okay. It'll take a little bit longer to fry, but it'll happen. And then I have over here is 5 heaping tablespoons of yogurt. Now, with yogurt, it'll change and it'll become very creamy. You'll see as I'm going along. You see right now it looks very soupy, like it looks loose, but watch as I cook it. It's gonna turn out really nice. Okay, so you see the consistency. All the oil has come on top. So when you see the oil come on top, that means it's cooked. We were just frying it. Everything was cooked in here anyways, the eggplant, everything. So you're just frying it, and look at the oil has come up. At this time, if you want to take out, you can, or add a little bit of, I'm gonna add a little bit of coriander, green coriander, mix it, and it's ready. We'll dish it out and we'll show you how it looks. Okay, so you see it's ready. It's been well disguised now with the onions and everything. Your kids will never, kids, husband, wives, all of you will never be able to tell that it is eggplant. Okay, so here we are. This is your lentil soup. For me, it gets all over your pot. You could just take everything and put it back in the soup. For me, the consistency of soup should be this thin. Thinner than this, it's with the rice, it's not very nice. But thicker than this, it gets very dense. So for me, it's okay. So the soup is ready. For a lot of people, if they like to eat it like this, they can. But I'm gonna elaborate it by putting in a baghar, which is I'm gonna fry some rice. I'm gonna fry some onions and stuff, and I will show you how to do it. And let's do that. Like I said, I'm gonna make it a little bit more elaborate. It's called a baghar. So I have half a small onion right here. I chopped it very fine like an anda, like you do it for the egg omelette. I have a little bit more, I'd say about 1¼ teaspoon of zira. Again, I have 2 green chilies. If you don't want it, you can take it out. And I have half a tomatoes that I also chopped very finely, like this. Okay, so as soon as your oil is ready, this is very less than half a cup of oil. I would say about quarter of a cup of oil. You can also add a tablespoon of butter in there, which will make it taste really very nice. So here you go, you put in an onion. My oil is not hot yet, but as soon as it gets hot, and I put cumin seeds with it, and let's fry it. Okay, you see it's frying like this. I'm gonna add my green chili in there. Now this, I'm frying it until it becomes golden brown. Once it's gonna become golden brown, I'm gonna add the tomatoes and fry it with tomatoes for maybe about 5 minutes. You'll see. Okay, you see this? It's turning red. It's turning brown now, golden brown. And you see all these bubbles is because what I did was I added a tablespoon of butter in here to make it really nice, taste very nice. Now I'm gonna add the tomatoes. Don't be afraid, it's just gonna make a little noise. Nothing, no big deal. And now I'm gonna fry some tomatoes with this. Just so that it'll give it a little bit of flavor, a little bit of different flavor other than just having plain soup with rice. It just gives a really nice flavor to it. And you see the green chilies, they're fried. I don't like it when it's raw. Fried like this, you can eat it very easily. It's not that spicy. But if you don't want to, you can always take it off. So let this fry. Meanwhile, I'm gonna show you how to make papad, which we're not gonna fry. We're gonna make it on a stove top. So let's do that until this fries. Okay, the vegetables that I fried, like baghar I told you, it's done. Look at the consistency. Nothing is burnt, nothing is happening. And you put all this in. To elaborate your soup, it becomes more edible. Like, you know, you're eating tomatoes and everything else with it. So this is how it should look. I don't think I need to put more coriander in there, but this is how it should look. And this is your lentil soup. Okay, so now when you start taking, so this is soup and rice. So don't get scared. You're gonna take the rice first. We're gonna take as much as you like. Take the rice first. There we go. We're gonna add the soup, lentil soup. Add as much as you like, because don't forget it's a soup, so you can eat it as, you know, as soup alone, or you can have it with rice like this. I like a lot of soup on it, so I'm gonna put a lot of soup. And then to accompany this, I'm gonna take the eggplant I just showed you right now, eggplant vegetable. So this is how we're gonna put this in here. And the papadums that I showed you, which are right over here. Now papadum, we always eat papadums with this because it accompanies it. And look, it was soft, now it's crunchy. You're gonna eat this like chips with it, which is it's very tasty, very nice. And I'm gonna put some pickles in here. And this is how we eat. Pickle gives a sour taste to it. This gives crunchiness and vegetable. So it gives you really nice textures when you're eating this. So there you go. This is my version of lentil soup rice with eggplant. I hope you and your family will enjoy it. And bon appetit.